Hey everybody, I am out on the side of our house today with my New Mexico olive, our oldest New Mexico olive. I'm going to try something. I'm going to do something similar to what I did with my red Bartlett pear tree, and I'm going to try to propagate some of these new branches that are still softwood. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I love to try to propagate things. It's just fun to see if I can do it. So I'm going to try it with this one. I've got a lot of opportunities to cut some new branches, and I'm going to trim several. So I'm going to get some of these ones that are growing downward here, like this little guy. He's a little more woody, but that's okay. I'm going to try it because I don't want them growing down. Just going to sit it right there for now and just keep going. So I'm going down to some of these lower ones. Whoops, I'll have to go fetch that one. I'm actually going to cut this one off completely, just trim it, because I do not want one growing in that direction. Let's see. Don't want that one growing in that direction either. There's a lot of them that are growing down. So I come out here every year and I have to trim this because some of them grow in odd directions, and I like it to be limbed up from the bottom. You can see there's little suckers growing. I'll try to get in there and cut some of those, but there's also some right there that are new branches that I'll probably try to cut here. Hanging onto these branches is a challenge because it's a pretty windy day today. Let's see where else we might trim it to help trim it up and get some new little soft woody branches. Look at all these right here. This bunch right here, they're all growing where I trimmed last year. New ones are growing. That's what happens. That's what happens on most plants. I'm going to try to trim all of these off. I'm not necessarily going to save them for propagating, but just get them off so I keep it limbed up. Some of these I could just pull off with my hand, but since I have the clippers in my hand and the camera in the other, I'm just going to use it like I have it. I've got quite a few branches here, so I'm going to start with this. I can always come back out later and cut a few more to make some more propagations. I'll show you up here. So here's definitely some new branches. You can see the leaves coming out on them. Actually, I'm going to take a couple of those. These two right here. That one. And that one. I'm going to start with these that I have in my hands, and if I need more, I can get more. All right, we're going to start out here in the garage first. Here's all my clippings. I got a jar of water, and I'm just going to take off the lower leaves and maybe trim some of these a little bit shorter and stick them in the water, and I'm just going to let them sit in the water for a few days. So all I'm doing is taking off some of these shorter little pieces. Let me move my jar out of the way. Just taking this off. And you could, and these are a little bit harder. I was going to say you could just take them off with your fingers, but some of them, if they're a little woodier, they're going to be a little harder to do, and you don't want to rip your little stems. Now these tiny little ones, they're easy. They're easy to take off, as long as they're not woody yet. And on this one, I am going to go ahead and take off quite a few because I don't want a curved, see how that's curved? I don't want a curved stem, not that curved. I'm okay with a little bit of curve. those off. Take that one off. Now, I'm just going to use this portion from here down, from right here down, because it's a little bit straighter. So I'm just going to cut it right there. And I'm going to stick that in the water. Okay, so did you see what I did? When I started to put it in there, I realized some of these leaves are going to hit the water. So I'm going to go ahead and take these lower ones down too. Or take them off, excuse me. So I'm only going to have that top. There we go. So I'm just going to keep doing that with all of these stems that I cut. And you saw some of them were woodier than others. This is another little bit of a woody one. They're still young enough I can probably make this work. You just don't want any of your leaves to be in the water because that's how you get bacteria. So they sit in there and they rot. So there we go. Get some of these softer wood ones. So you can see I can easily just pull off those leaves. I'm going to pull these off too. To that point, I'm just going to stick it in the water. There. So when you have those that are softer wood, you can almost just do this. See how easy that was? Instead of individually pulling them, stick that one in the water. We just don't want them to dry out. And I'd rather get them really hydrated before I take them outside and put them in the garden next to my little pear tree clippings that I'm trying to propagate on that too. And I always cut quite a few of the little stems because you will never get 100% of them to work. I should never say never, right? It's rare, let's just say that. These are kind of short, so I'm not going to use these. But it's nice that I have a mixture of some of the really soft wood and some of the semi-hard wood. And we can see which ones do better. I think we have plenty. So there we go. I didn't count how many. Let's see. 14 different stems. And again, some are softwood and some are semi-hardwood. So I'm probably going to leave those in the water for about a week just to let them get really absorbed with that water. Now, if I had cut these and let them sit for a while, or I put them in the water, I would cut the stems again because the fresh cut is what's going to pull up the water. And normally on woody stems, you would want to cut not just across this way. You'd also want to, let me see if I can show it to you. You'd also want to do this. This is one I'm not using, so let's see if I can show you. You'd also want to cut it vertically. That helps it like this. Just a simple cut vertically. I don't know if you could see that or not, but I cut it vertically so that the water can be absorbed up into the stem. So if I had just let them sit for a day, they probably would have wilted. So I try not to do that. I take care of my cuttings right away and not let them sit around because they're just going to wilt and you're going to have less of a chance that they're going to actually root. So I don't let them sit. But if you wanted to do that, I don't know why you would, but you would want to cut them again. Cut the bottom of the stem, just like you do when you buy roses in the store. Long stem roses, you cut them when you get home before you put them in the vase, and that's so they have a fresh cut and they'll absorb the water up into the stem. There's another one of our propagation projects that we're going to watch. Again, I'm going to let these sit in my kitchen window not where it has direct sun, but it gets light. And I'm just gonna let it sit there for a week and let it absorb all of the water to keep them fresh. And then we will start the next step, which will be getting them ready to plant in the garden. And I'll do another video on that. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.